All right, we are back. I shut that off to separate it because I'm going to leave it up. But we are about to start our arraignments. We've only got a couple of customers here. Mr. Stickley couldn't find everybody, so we're going to send him out on a search. Anyway, let's get started. And that was very nice of Kelly to come visit on my last day here. It's not my last day. We got a ways to go. And everybody got today's first line. The three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, that caught the last train for the coast, the day the music died. Good morning, everyone. You're here for an arraignment. That's the...
Hold up. Arraignment. That's not a trial, folks. This is where the judge lays out the charges and asks for a plea. Think of it like the legal version of here's what you're accused of. Now, how do you want to play this? And trust me, how you answer can change everything. Will Jared Tuttle take the bait or push back? Let's see.
Process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. My name is Judge Middleton. I get to keep my sign there, at least for the rest of the day. And we're going to talk about your case. This distinguished gentleman on his phone over here is Mr. Keith Stickley. He is the Chief Public Defender for St. Joseph County. Good morning, ma'am. Why don't you just come in and have a seat? Right over there where I'm at. All right. We've also got Deputy Paul here to help us. He's the first person I see every day. I'm calling your name. I want you to come right up to the podium and we will talk about your case. Let me get into the system here. We don't have paper files like we did in the old days. Everything is electronic, so it takes me sometimes a bit to click into it. The first person to check in was Jared Tuttle. Would you come up to the podium, please?
Is that right?
Yeah. Here we are. Good morning, sir. Are you Jared Allen Tuttle?
Yes, I am.
You're from Angola?
Yep.
You drive up from Angola this morning?
That's where I live, yeah. I stayed with my mom last night in Overville. She brought me up here.
Well, let's talk about the charge. The allegation is that on January 9th, you assaulted Brandy Gillespie here in St. Joe County, someone you had a dating relationship with. We get...
the classic domestic violence charge, one of the most common in courtrooms. But here's the kicker. Even if the victim doesn't want to press charges, the state can still move forward. That's why you hear the judge say, it's the people of the state of Michigan versus you. So, Jared, your ex might not want this, but the law, it's got its own agenda.
Literally dozens or hundreds of these in the course of a year. It's called domestic violence or domestic assault. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Anyway, this was an incident that happened at Laura Drive Apartment B in January with getting kids up for school and angry temperatures and tempers. Mr. Stickley, have you had a chance to discuss this with the defendant?
I have, Your Honor. At this time, he's going to ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty and set the matter of pretrial. It would be appropriate to appoint an attorney for him as well.
All right. Who lived at the Laura Drive address?
Me and Randy both did.
Were you on the lease?
Yes.
All right. So you're out of there as a no contact provision?
Yep. But she filed I have a court date here May 6th. But she wanted to vacate the no contact order.
All right.
And I guess she has talked to the prosecutors. She didn't want charges pressed, but they took it up anyways.
Well, it's the people of the state of Michigan versus you, and so the prosecutor
has to.
And so we'll see. Anyway, I'll show you plead not guilty, do out of apartment. Going to appoint an attorney, set an attorney pretrial for May 1. We are going to be very busy on May 1. All right, I'm going to send you out with the court officer. Did he get printed? And they're going to give you some paperwork with your lawyer's name and number on it. This is important. I want you to call the lawyer and discuss this with them prior to May 1st. And then you'll be here in the other building. By May 1st, we'll be on the other side in the big old historic courtroom. This charge has got different ways it could go. It could be a dismissal, could be a reduced charge, it could be a plea with a probation deferral, it could be a trial. But they'll get the police report, get victim input, be in a position to make some decisions about how to proceed on May 1st. So you make sure you contact your lawyer. I'll see you on the other side on
Thank
May
you, sir.
1st.
By the way, I watch you every day.
All right. Well, thank you. I'd say it helps people sleep at night because it's so boring. Audrey Clark, good morning. I have some other visitors here today. Kelly was just here. I didn't know if you guys got arrested or something and needed to get arraigned.
Never know.
Some other friends are here to visit on our last day here. Good morning. You're Audrey Sue Clark?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. Yes, Aubrey. No, they didn't write it wrong. I just read it wrong. You're charged with the infamous offense of no insurance. We get hundreds of these. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to
$325 minimum fine for no insurance. Ouch. But wait, there's a loophole. If you can prove you have insurance now, the prosecutor can drop it to a civil infraction. That's not a crime, just a ticket. So, Aubrey, if you've got that progressive policy handy, this could be your golden ticket out of trouble. Let's see if she's got her ducks in a row.
a year in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries no fine of not less than $200. So the minimum fine for this is $325. Rarely does anybody go to jail for this. There is we've got a couple of these today. There is a lesser offense known as no proof of insurance. And that's a civil infraction. It's not even a crime. Mr. Stickley says you have insurance now on the vehicle.
Yes.
Who's your insurance carrier?
Progressive.
You got a lot of Progressive. Well, that's our goal, is to help people get insured. So what I'm going to ask you to do is have a seat for a minute. We're going to get a couple of these and we will enlist the help of the prosecutor. The prosecutor has the authority to reduce the charge. The judge doesn't. But almost always when the people come in and prove that they have insurance, the prosecutor is willing to reduce it, which will save you a whole bunch of money, and it won't be a misdemeanor, and it will be just a civil infraction. So you have a seat, and we'll come back to you in a bit. Is Ashley Armour here? Right, she's not. I took every paper clip out of here. This thing is stripped down. I didn't even have any judgment forms here. Well, let's talk to somebody that is here. Stephanie Smith. Well, Miss Smith, I've misplaced your file. I don't know if I've misplaced it or just don't have it.
No, it was amended. I don't know if that matters.
Well, you're on the docket. I don't have the sheet. But very often when something's missing, it's right in front of my face. This happened the other day. I was looking for a file and I just didn't have it.
Well, it matters. I do believe it's a felony file, Your Honor.
It is. Well, we'll make it work. I don't have the ROA face sheet on Stephanie Smith, but we're going to do it from here. She's here. File number is 26603FY. Ms. Smith, you're charged with possession of methamphetamine as a second or subsequent offense.
Whoa. 15 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. That's the max, but even a fraction of that is life-changing. And notice how the judge says he doesn't have jurisdiction to take her plea. That's because felonies are serious business. They get kicked up to a higher court. Stephanie, you're in deep water here. Let's see how this plays out.
That's a felony. It's punishable by up to 15 years in prison and a fine of $25,000. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but that is the maximum fine. It's alleged that you have some sort of odd felony in Indiana. Because this is a felony, I don't have jurisdiction to take your plea. But don't take all that. I moved them so they'd be out of the camera. Anyway, Ms. Smith, I'm going to show that you're pleading not guilty. Do you still live on Second Street in Constantine?
Yes.
Good morning. We could have done this the other day. I was teasing you about whether you were supposed to be here. If I'd known that, we could have,
I'm really not supposed to be here.
well, all right, you were here to support him. Now he's here to support you. That's
what family do.
that's how that works. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, Ms. Smith, I will show that you're pleading not guilty. Thanks. Set a pre-exam conference. That will be on April 21st. And if we need a preliminary examination, it will be April 28th at 1 o'clock. Your next court date is Tuesday, April 21st at 8:30. It will be over there in the other building. But by the time you get here, the bailiffs will send you where to go. It's on the third floor of the older building. Anyway, also I'm going to appoint an attorney. What's your occupation? What do you do?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. Well, stay at home. Don't get in any more trouble until we address this. So I'm going to have the court officer take you out. We'll appoint an attorney for you. You'll meet with the attorney, discuss this. I don't know anything about it. There is an affidavit, but I didn't look at it yet. So I will see you April 21st. That'll be my first day in that courtroom.
Okay.
So we may have some stumbles, but I'll be there. I want you to be there. So you call your lawyer and I'll see you on Tuesday, April 21st at 8:30.
Thank you.
Emily Hayner. Good morning. Come right to the podium there if you would. Don't look so scared. Nothing terrible is really going to happen here.
It's my first time, but I'm not.
Well, you had your first time on our last day.
So I put it in a plastic bag. But
File number is 26397SM. Ms. Hayner, you got charged with the same offense as Ms. Clark, no insurance. And it appears that you're showing that you now have insurance.
Currently not, but I got a job close by so I can walk to. It's kind of just going to be parked, if anything, getting rid of it soon.
All right, well,
Then I would suggest that we still
have a pretrial.
Yeah, I think a pretrial with the prosecutor.
What do you do, Ms. Hayner?
I just recently got a new job at a small gas station nearby where I stay.
In Vicksburg?
No, I stay with some friends in Decatur. Yeah, it was just a rough patch. But
Well, this is not exactly the crime of the century. It's a strange.
Pro tip from the judge. One headlight is a guaranteed way to get pulled over. Cops call it probable cause, a reason to stop you. And once they've got you stopped, they can check for anything else. So if you're driving with a busted headlight, you're basically rolling out the red carpet for a traffic stop. Emily, take notes.
Offense. It's not in the motor vehicle code, it's in the insurance code. All the motor vehicle stuff starts with 257. Drunk driving is 257625. The insurance code all starts with 500, and there's a lot less things in it. But you're charged with operating without insurance. It looks like they gave you a warning for no plate and defective equipment, one headlight.
Yeah.
And I say this a lot, one headlight will get you pulled over every time because they'll say, hey, your headlight is out, and hey, do you like the wallflowers? But we'll have you meet with the prosecutor. They're going to meet with another person. What did she show to you
I was looking at, I didn't have her contact info, and I thought it was different than
Oh,
The ticket.
oh,
just the actual ticket.
It was a 2021 Toyota. Looks like a nice car.
Yeah, I wanted to beat her, but dealerships.
Well, I've had my share of beaters, but my car now is okay. You have a seat, Miss Hand.